After the march, we headed up the road to the Catholic area of Ardoyne. But if we were looking for calm, for sobriety and level-headedness, we weren't going to find it there either. On July 12th, the anger is ecumenical.
1 in every 3 people killed during the conflict were killed in this 1 square mile of North Belfast. So it was quite intense, and the emotions around it are still quite high.
While a gaggle of journalists waited up the road, Jerry smuggled us in with the marchers, but they were still hostile to the presence of our cameras. Angry that a portion of the Orange Parade was marching down a road that separated Catholic and Protestant communities, one that they called their road, they demanded that they too be allowed to march. The country's Parades Commission wouldn't allow it, fearful that the two groups would meet on the street and tear each other to pieces.
Coming up the top of the road, this was initially where it was going to come out, and it's blocked by the PSNI and a bunch of, it look like 4 or 5 armored things, and if you notice over there, they are fully in riot gear with helmets and shields and all that. When the Orange Order comes by at probably around 8 o'clock, these 2 exits are totally blocked.
Yes, yeah.
So
the people can't get out.
People can't get out.
For the first time ever, members of this community applied to hold a peaceful and dignified parade on the 12th of July. They assert our right to live free from sectarian harassment and not to be treated as second-class citizens. The result being that the Parades Commission has denied us access to part of our community, while allowing the sectarian Orange Order to triumphantly march through our area with banners commemorating murderers involved in the killings of our loved ones. We are going nowhere. We live here.
Here we go. Right behind us, about 10 feet, are a lot of policemen. And these people are getting really fucking pissed off now, so. Time to come up this way.
Said they're getting missiles and stuff ready.
Yeah.
They probably will end up on the shop roofs.
No, we're angry because I'm orange bastard mark up our road.
Starting slow. Water cannons have been going, bottles, rocks. We've seen kids breaking up rocks. And everyone seems to be smoking weed, which is fucking hilarious. Everyone's like getting all mellow and fucking destroying shit. So.
Of the wall. It was a bit worrying when the plastic bullet came whistling past, but
Yeah, they're gathering more of the petrol bombs.
Now we're going to the other side. There's some God knows what's going on, but we're going to go check it out.
The state forces have taken possession up in the rooftops, and what they're trying to do is stop the young ones from getting on their rooftops so they can't attack the parade.
What the fuck did I do, man? I used to write about politics. I didn't actually go into the riot, you know? These fucking guys are coming around the corner. I think they've had enough of this. Here we go. Fucking Christ.
In the midst of the chaos, we found Martin Meehan, a former IRA prisoner and a leading dissident Republican who opposes the peace process. Meehan took the opportunity to heap scorn on those Republicans who have entered mainstream politics. It's hypocritical, he says, for them to condemn the violence in Ardoyne.
Absolute hypocrites. How can Cherry Adams or Martin McInnes or Cherry Kelly call on the youth of this area to do this and do that, when there are 6 young people from this area who were murdered by British state forces, and the oldest was 15 years old for carrying rifles in the early 70s. I myself was a young person at one time. I was sent out by senior Republicans to engage in the same activity that these young people engaged in tonight, and for one reason and one reason only, and that was to entice British security forces in the Ash area so that the Provisional IRA could have gun attacks and bomb attacks upon them, and that's the facts.
We're on the other side, where the police are, where the Protestant neighborhood is, and where the march came by. And you can see the refuse and the debris and the incredibly heavy, almost Iraq-like police presence here. And they're not going to be going anywhere because this thing isn't ending anytime soon. The kids aren't getting tired. And there are petrol bombs. One just went off right there. And fireworks going off. And the police firing plastic bullets. And this is a pretty common occurrence around this time of year. And again, one has to realize we are in Great Britain, and there's fucking war on the streets. This just looks like it's going to keep going and going and going until these kids get so tired that they can't throw any more rocks.
To me, I see nothing different here than there was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. The same uniforms, same people, same things happening in this community.
Is the camera running at the moment?
And he says he's not a man of violence.
You've been laughing on the other side of your face.
Yeah.
What happened in Ardoyne, for instance, last night, there's a number of underlying reasons. There's not just one reason. Yes, some of it is kids venting steam.
I mean, the reality is it's exciting for young people. They're looking up to people in their community. They want to feel important in their community. They want to be known. There's a huge gap between what's happening on the ground in young people's lives and what's happening at the top politically.
As an uneasy calm returned to Belfast, we talked to some Catholic kids who went to the riots in Ardoyne just as spectators. They helped us decode the local graffiti.
That's kill all Huns. Protestants, basically.
And Huns are Protestants?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know why you call them Huns?
Something about the Germans were called Huns, sort of.
Okay. All right, let's go. There's a bunch of these. You see this all over the place.
Fuck the PSNI. That's fuck the Police Service Northern Ireland. Was basically their scum.
Does it seem like anything was accomplished the next day after, for instance, after Ardoyne this year?
No, nothing was accomplished. That's the principle of the thing. They're marching through our areas like we've been doing the Lemons. Yeah. Why do they insist on doing it to us if they know it's going to stir up trouble every single year? They just insist on going up the Ardoyne road.
That's not even our area.
Why do you guys go over there? I mean, you don't live right in that neighborhood. Yeah.
I just went up just to watch it, like, basically.
Yeah. You see,
nothing else to do, so
your
watch it.
Friends going up and all.
If either of you went to your father and said, I want to join a paramilitary organization, specifically continuity, for instance, what would he say?
I don't know. He'd probably say, well, if it's your choice and if it's something you want to do, go ahead, I'll support you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I would have him in one day and I'd be away. Give him a gun.
So you're a liability to the organization?
Liability to everyone. If I get offered to join it and then they hand me a gun, I just go down the shotgun and shoot as much as I can. I hate the guns.
So if you had a gun, you would go down and shoot as many as you could?
You know that means you get shot at the end of it?
Oh, the water is wide and I can't cross o'er, and neither have I wings to fly. Give me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row my